Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! The Las Vegas Raiders have just signed linebacker Nakobe Dean to a 3-year, $36 million deal, $20 million guaranteed. The Las Vegas Raiders have just signed linebacker Quay Walker to a 3-year, $40.5 million deal, $28 million guaranteed. The Las Vegas Raiders have just signed Malcolm Koonce to a 1-year, $11 million deal. Starter. The Las Vegas Raiders have now signed or traded for, in the last 24 hours, 8 total starters. Nakobe Dean Quay Walker, former teammates at Georgia. I cannot emphasize how big of a day today has been for the Las Vegas Raiders. I cannot even say this, and I hope people, when I say what I'm about to say, can we give John Spytek a little bit of love down below? Can we give Klint Kubiak a little bit of love down below? The amount of people, the first 30 minutes that were going, what the hell are we doing? We're cooking. We're cooking it up a lot. But I'm going to say this because I want to know from all of y'all, between Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, and Malcolm Koonce, out of those 3 players that the Raiders just signed, which one is your favorite move? Is it Quay Walker? Is it Malcolm Koonce? Is it Nakobe Dean? Let me know down below. And I want you to do it based on the amount of money that they also got. Like the fact that Malcolm got a 1-year prove-it deal to be an outside linebacker in a Rob Leonard 3-4 defense is great. Like, we needed linebacker depth. The fact that we went from a Landon Roberts and Devin White to Nakobe Dean and Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker, I cannot emphasize what that truly means in terms of an upgrade. Like, what that means in terms of an upgrade. So out of Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, and Malcolm Koonce, which is your favorite deal? For me personally, if I had to rank the deals, I would go number 1, Nakobe Dean, your weak side linebacker, sideline to sideline. He was ranked my number 4 overall linebacker that I wanted the Raiders to be able to sign behind Devin Lloyd, Boye Mafe, and Odafe Owe. Like, I want to be very clear on how big and how good of a signing Nakobe Dean is for the Raiders. The next deal that I like a lot, I'm actually going to go with Malcolm Koonce, the 1-year, $11 million, because it's that 1-year prove-it deal, and Malcolm did get better by the end of the season. I think you could tell early on that ACL wasn't ready yet. The ACL was not 100% healthy. He did get better, but it's also the confidence in Rob Leonard. Malcolm Koonce and Rob Leonard is a great, great combination. And if Leonard's going to believe in him, I think Malcolm is actually built more to be an outside linebacker than a defensive end in the National Football League. But that's not to say that Quay Walker's also not a good linebacker. Quay's going to be your Mike. He's going to be your green dot. He's at 25 and a half, 26 years old. It's the combination, though. Like, the combination of a Mike middle linebacker like Quay, who is a thumper in the middle of your defense, who is going to bring the frickin' heat every single snap. And then he's next to his old Georgia teammate. They did a lot of winning together, Nakobe Dean. I mean, can we just look at that right now? Soak it in. If you're from BYU, this graphic is made for you. Just let it soak. Oh, hit that like button if this is firing you the F up, because he did have a career comeback in 2024. I'm talking about Nakobe Dean, and he is truly one of the best blitzing linebackers in the NFL who can cover the entire field. Nakobe, obviously now linebacker for the Raiders. He did play for the Philadelphia Eagles a season ago, but getting that 3-year, $36 million deal with $20 million guaranteed, I'm really fired up about his ability at a young age to be able to step in instantly and help out this defense. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I also have a bunch of graphics built, list for stats, list for cats, all those. Okay, I didn't know if we had them. All right, you're good. Linebacker Raiders. Last season, 10 games played. 2024, though, is the year that I want y'all to turn on the tape. Because Nakobe Dean in 2024, if he would have played the exact same way, you would have had to sign Nakobe Dean to probably $18 to $19 million per year. This guy is a champion. He is a winning player in every sense of the imagination. He was a big-time standout at Georgia. And this is an organization that, they wanted to be able to find winners, national champions, in 2021. He was awarded the best linebacker in college football in 2021 as well, the Butkus Award winner. He was a Super Bowl champion with the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's got some ties to some of our members in our front office. You got to remind yourself, I know it happened last season, but it is very important. The Raiders have Anthony Patch. The Raiders have Brandon Graham, two people that were considered right-hand man to Howie Roseman of the Philadelphia Eagles. But probably one of my favorite things that Nakobe Dean brings to the table is his ability to cover. And he's going to be able to help us so much in the cover game because when you go to a 3-4, you just need linebackers that can fly around the field. And flying around the field is really important for Nakobe. And then also the Raiders, when they traded for Taron Johnson, he also can play this like linebacker, nickel cornerback hybrid role, which allows Quay Walker to do what Quay Walker does best. Be a shark, go hunt, and just go north and south. I don't want Quay Walker covering. Like the way that I wanted Devin White to play, the way that I wanted like a Landon Roberts to play, where you're like, just be a run stopper. Just let him go up near the line of scrimmage. Don't ask him to do anything else because they're not going to get the best version of him. But to be able to get Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean, who both were teammates at Georgia, I am, I'm over the moon. If you would have told me when I woke up this morning that the Raiders would have the free agency day that they did, I don't know if I would have believed you. I really, truly do not know if I would have believed you because it's just such an outstanding day. I am not often speechless when I do this show. I feel pretty damn speechless right now. Quay Walker, going to be that green dot again for the Las Vegas Raiders, was the first-round pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. He's got 58 games underneath his belt. He isn't what I would like to consider a tackling machine. Solid against the run, does struggle in coverage here a little bit, but it's the combination, and I'm going to keep saying that over and over, the combination of Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean, 26, 27 years old. It's such a young, dynamic linebacker group that is one together. John Spytek and Klint Kubiak, I just can remember him saying it over and over and over again. They want guys with football experience. They want guys that know how to win. I am a believer, and raise your hand, type me down below if you've heard me say it before, winning is contagious. And I want guys that know how to win. I get winning in college football, and the NFL is completely different. But I also think it's the mental preparation, and it's the way that your team prepares. It looks very similar. Knowing what to do, knowing how to be a good teammate. It's all there, man. It's an outstanding day here for the Las Vegas Raiders. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. If your voice sounds like mine, if you got in trouble today at work for screaming, if you got in trouble today at school for celebrating, if you got in trouble today with your significant other, if you're just happy and proud to be a Raider today, man, I hope that you guys know I'm just like you. I put my pants on the same way, and I am speechless for how well today has gone for the Raiders. Trading away Maxx Crosby is a kick in the nuts to Raider Nation. I'll always have love for Max, but I kept saying, how do you turn one player into five? How do you do that? I'm not saying all these guys are Maxx Crosby replacements, but because you traded away Max, you got that 30 extra million, you could look at as essentially as you traded, Max for Tyler Linderbaum, 2 first-round picks, and then that extra money really helped you be able to get the other starters that we've been able to acquire. I mean, it's just A+ for John Spytek so far. And I think if you give John Spytek any other grade, you don't know ball. And I say that because I just saw it down below in the comments section. John Spytek, this organization, gets an A+ for me so far. Coming up next here, though, we're going to talk about Malcolm Koonce because he's back as well. Speaking of being back, you want your backside to look great? Shout out to Chubby's, today's sponsor. I mean, you probably heard me talk a lot about Chubby's. Do you know why? They want you to know, and when I say you, I mean Raider Nation, that they rock with the nation. They wanted to be a part of today's show more than any other sponsor because they knew the importance of today. And if you got to know this, I am somebody that I can be cheap from time to time, but I do spend a lot of money on high-quality clothes, especially on pants. My legs, I got big legs. They're kind of oddly shaped, but at the same time, I love the way my legs feel in chubby shorts. I love the way that my legs look in chubby shorts. I am somebody that I spend time running. I spend time trying to make sure that I look good when I put on a bathing suit for my wife because she is definitely out of my league. You know who else, though, I feel like sometimes is out of my league? Chubbies. Use promo code CHATSPORTS. I absolutely love them. They're engineered to work very well with that four-way stretch fabric that handles swimming laps just as well as it handles lounge and poolside. Chubbies is celebrating 15 years, the original shorts that redefine proper length. Designed for comfort, built for stretch. Over 2.6 million customers. Chubbies clearly knows how to keep the high vibrations. And for a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners 20% off with code CHATSPORTS at chubbyshorts.com. That's 20% off your order with code CHATSPORTS. Give your thighs the VIP treatment they deserve with Chubbies. Support the Raiders Report. Tell them that we sent you. Hey, Reed. The Houston Texans have just signed Eagles safety Reed Blankenship. Shout out to Chugs. Don't have the details yet. Actually, I do. 3-year, $24 million. But let's keep on talking here about the Las Vegas Raiders, who not only signed Nakobe Dean, not only did they sign Quay Walker in about a 60-second stretch. And if you want to go see I literally have like a brand in. I literally freaked the F out, breaking it all down in a 60-second stretch. And also, Chugs is like flash and read on my social media, at Mitchell Renz 365. You got to go check out the clip. It's absolutely hilarious. But Las Vegas also re-signed Malcolm Koonce. 1 year, $11 million. Malcolm is going to be playing some sort of a outside linebacker role for this new 3-4 Rob Leonard defense. And Rob Leonard and Malcolm are very close. They believe in each other. And I just got to sit back and I got to go, you know, I was looking at the Raiders free agents that I wanted the Raiders to bring back, right? Eric Stokes was number 1. Malcolm Koonce was also in my top 5. Now, Malcolm did not play in 2024 because he had that torn ACL, which is why he had to sign a 1-year prove-it deal. And the 4.5 sacks, Malcolm, he played much better at the end of the year than he did in the beginning of the year. He was much, much better at the end of the year. And for somebody who's torn their ACL, it just takes confidence. And you could tell Malcolm got more confident, got more in shape. And I think most importantly, when you tear your ACL, you lose the bend. You lose like the flexibility, and that might take a little bit of time. But mentally, it is a very tough hurdle. But if Rob Leonard is confident in Malcolm, and I do think Koonce can play this stand-up outside linebacker role much better than being able to put a hand in the dirt, it's really fit more for him. I don't know if we're ever going to see the 2023 version of Malcolm Koonce where he was an absolute freak of nature in those final 9 games with 8 sacks. Chuck just looked at me, Reed Blankenship. I don't know if you're ever going to get that. You know, and for Malcolm, 1 year, $11 million, I like it because it is, again, a 1-year prove-it deal for a 27-year-old who's going to get an opportunity to, I think, play in a role that fits him way, way better than him putting his hand in the dirt being a defensive end. So, Malcolm, I wish you the best of luck, dude. I'm really excited about a lot of the Raiders' moves that they have made today. And our 3-4 looks a lot better than it did this morning, man. It's not even close. It's really, truly not even close. Also, I saw this stat. Shout out to Josh. It's the first time the Raiders have signed 3 free agents, $40 million plus each since 2019. Now, again, back in 2019, these contracts were like massive, massive deals. Not to say that it's not a lot of money still today, but back then, like these deals would be like, this would be like a $60 million deal. It's probably a $80 million deal, and the Trent Brown deal's over $100 million plus. It's just salary cap has gone up that much in the National Football League. Hopefully, the Raiders deals are much better than these ended up working out because they definitely did not work out. The bigger point here is the Raiders have been spending today. John Spytek knew he needed to be aggressive. John and this organization knew that they couldn't afford to sit back like they did last season. So between Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, and Malcolm Koonce, how would you grade those 3 signings for the Raiders? A, B, C, D, or F? Please let me know. And again, I'm only looking at those 3 signings because of the timing of everything happening. You're going to get hit with another YouTube ad break while that ad is playing. Scroll on down. Give me your God-honest answer. My answer is going to be coming up here in just a moment. between all three of those signings, when you calculate spend, when you calculate fit, when you calculate everything that is involved in a 3-4 defense, I think the Raiders really were focused on figuring out a way to not only find one linebacker, but finding a linebacker that is a good duo. And because Dean and Quay Walker were teammates, I'm going to give this an A-, B+ grade. I think it's a fair grade for the Raiders. Quay does make me a little bit nervous, but how do we get the best version out of Quay Walker? I think it's pairing him with a linebacker like Nakobe Dean. So being able to go with something that you're going to get, you just got 3 starters. Again, 3 starting players for the Las Vegas Raiders. Unbelievable. If you're wondering, Rashid Shaheed, he ended up going back to the Seattle Seahawks, 3 years, $51 million. That's a massive contract for a player. And I know some people wanted the Raiders to be able to get Rashid Shaheed, but he had 26 targets, 15 catches, 199 yards in the nine final games with Klint Kubiak in Seattle. So let's talk about the 8 moves. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice, man. I mean, today's been crazy. We've been screaming, but we've had a lot to hoot and holler about. Darren Johnson, Eric Stokes, Tyler Linderbaum, Jalen Naylor, Kwity Paye, Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, Malcolm Koonce. Those are the 8 moves so far for the Las Vegas Raiders, but you're seeing a lot of 3-year deals, 3-year deals, 3-year deals. I know that Malcolm only got a 1-year deal, but the reason why I think they did that was Malcolm probably wanted to get paid more, and I think he wanted to show that he can be a dominant factor in that outside linebacker group. I will continuously say, when I see 3 years, I think that tells me Klint Kubiak, John Spytek, Fernando Mendoza are locked into the next 3 years here for the Raiders. If you want more videos from me, if you want more content from me, make sure you give me a follow on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. And if you sound as bad as I do, pull up to the Raiders Report. I don't know what's about to happen, but I think good things are a-coming for the nation.